Well, community policing forums in Cape Town Metro are holding the first ever crime indaba. They're directing their focus at 8 police precincts in the city, which have recorded a spike in serious crime. Police Minister Bekele announced that an additional 2,600 officers are to be deployed in the province by the end of this year. Our reporter Nobesuthu Hejana is at the crime indaba and joins us now. Thank you, Nobesuthu, again for your time. Of course, we know that this crime indaba first for the metro, but is this really going to curb crime in the mother city? And is the solution more boots on the ground?
So we find ourselves now in Mitchell's Plain, which is also part of those problematic areas that is being discussed in that particular crime indaba held in Milnerton. So at this stage, the media is not allowed to those engagements that are currently happening. But we heard obviously earlier from the Western Cape CPF chairperson, Ms. Francina Lucas, saying that theirs is to engage the police and find solutions on how they can crack those numbers and possibly bring the numbers down. And this also includes working together with communities and other various stakeholders and those who are concerned about crime. But I'm joined now by Ms. Lynn Phillips. She's an activist here in Mitchell's Plain and also a member of the Cape Flats crime organization. Lynn, we were talking about the fact that a lot of has been said by the government, boots on the ground, vehicles that have also been handed over to the province. But community members are saying that we're not seeing police visibility in the areas. They only come when they're responding to crime, but we need them 24/7, especially in communities where gang violence is rife.
Yeah, that is the notion of the community, because the citizens feel the brunt of this crime that is happening constantly on a daily basis. Just this morning at 6 o'clock, Manenberg was a red zone. So I'm asking, where is the visibility of the police? But coupled to that, that police, although you deploy thousands of police on the street corner, it's not going to minimize crime. And the reason for that is that the CPFs, which is the mouthpiece of the community, are a wall in this whole notion of crime on the Cape Flats specifically. And when we speak as organizations, they seem to have this hostility towards us. If we have a station commander in Mitchell's Plain, they say they don't work with local people, individuals, then what does that tell you about the notion of crime in our community? So crime will increase. My issue is, if we are not going into the areas where the crime is happening as the legislative structures, which is the CPFs, and get the information, because the community has the intelligence, but we don't hear them, we don't see them. They sit in boardrooms having meetings, having indabas in bezos. It's not going to help. Go to the trenches where the people are so that you can get the information. I want to say we can't have conventional policing in unconventional situations, and the strategy and the method that they are using as SAPs and law enforcement in this matter should change, because you can't have conventional policing in unconventional situations, and the same method and strategies that you have been using all these years. It's not conducive for our communities, because our people are being killed daily. Blood is running down our streets. We are tired of standing over open graves, conveying condolences, and I'm referring to innocent lives that are caught in the crossfire. So we really feel that the CPFs needs to be overhauled. They can have indabas, they can have all these things as a document that is going to be there. Unless all departments collaborate with regards to safety and security, we won't see an impact. Socioeconomic challenges communities are facing, and that is the reason why in our communities that these mothers whose children are part of the crime and criminality support their children when it goes to court, because they are being funded due to social ills that they have in their household. No food for them to put. And unless the CPF wake up, it's almost 5 years that they're in position. They have done nothing for our communities, absolutely nothing. They have parties, they have eatings, but they're not in the trenches where the things are happening.
But in their defense, they're saying that, they go to communities unarmed and they can't defend themselves. Hence, they also have to refer to the police. But we also heard yesterday from the minister saying that there is a funding that will be made available to ensure that neighborhood watches and CPFs, they are able to operate in these communities. Yes, they won't be armed, but at least they'll have tools to operate. Surely that should be something that is going to help assist in any case.
I don't think that should be an excuse. If you're a community activist and a community crime fighter, it's your relationship with the community. You don't have to have a gun to go into that community. You don't have to be armed or have police presence to go, because once you have police presence, it's hostility from the community. But if you go as an ordinary activist, if you call yourself an activist, you need to understand your community. It's your relationship with the community, and communities will openly speak about these things. If you really go into the community and if you are serious to deal with the issue of crime in our communities.
All right, thank you very much. Well, Baron, that was Ms. Lynn Phillips from Mitchell's Plain talking about some of her concerns regarding that particular indaba, and also questioning whether it's going to yield to any results, especially with the relationship that is currently in, where residents or community members don't really trust the police. But they're also hoping that, with the additional manpower that has been brought in by the minister, at least there'll be something where communities will feel at ease. Because he also announced that in Hanover Park, they've also stationed a satellite police station to respond quickly to crimes that are reported in the area. That is after the minister also went there to visit before the launch of the Safer Festive season that was held in Khayelitsha on Friday.
All right, thank you so much for that update there. Nobesuthu Hejana, of course, that crime indaba taking place in the Cape Town Metro. Police Minister Becky Cele is there. We heard from him yesterday as well, saying that more than 2,000 police officers will be deployed to the mother city and other areas in the Western Cape to combat crime. Whether or not that's going to help is, again, another very serious question that we need to ask ourselves. Are more boots on the ground really, the solution to especially the Western Cape's crime problems? As we know, last month alone, the last week of September, more than 130 people were killed in just the space of a week. So the problem there is quite serious, and it needs some serious intervention.